Hey Warbarn fans, how's it going today? I'm going to show you a little bit of the cooling system on the Kettenkrad. This is a request by one of my viewers. It's something I should be kind of like progressing on anyhow. But let's take a look over here. Let's come over to the back. Just to review briefly, the engine is going to mount over here. 4-cylinder Opal. Okay, in front of that will be the gearbox and then the transaxle. So off the back of the engine there'll be a coupling that goes to this this assembly right here. Okay, I do believe this is original. Okay, it's very complex to make, over complex actually. And the way this fashions or fits on is right over down in here, and this will bolt onto there, onto the radiator housing. So this is a radiator housing, a little access cover. I'm not sure if this is real or repro, but it sure is in excellent condition. So that's how this will bolt onto there. And if you see over here, I have the gear pack. I took this apart. This gear pack isn't actually that bad, but I do have a whole brand new set of gears for this. Now, when I say brand new set of gears, I have two sets. There's two thoughts on this. Is that they made one with a gear reduction so the fan would turn quicker, supposedly for Africa core. Okay, I know there was early on there was a big batch for North Africa. That would make sense. It kind of jives with the time period early on, and then later on they disregarded this gear reduction system and they went to a straight drive that went right into the coupling that came off of the engine. Okay, I have both systems. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but what I'm finding out is a lot of people are simply, doing without this complicated system with gears, gear reduction, coupling, spacers, all that, and simply putting a modern electric fan in here. So this is where the radiator would go, right in here. Okay. The radiator actually has a hole in the center. The reason why there's a hole in the center is this vehicle, as well as some other vehicles from the 30s and the 40s, although they had electric start, they still had the capability of putting right through here, all the way through the radiator, into part of the engine shaft, a crank handle. So you could actually crank start the Kettenkrad by pushing this crank starter through here, through the radiator, and this is exactly where the radiator goes. So radiator would go in here. Down here is where it bolts onto the torsion bar sleeve. There's a bolt access, there's a spot where this fits on, and it bolts right onto there. Radiator would go inside of here. And then there's some other venting that comes off the back, ties on the back, and blows the heat out the back of the vehicle. So let me show you something else. Over here are these little bars. This is a reproduction. This mount, I believe, is a reproduction. You can see how it was heavily, cruelly made. I'm not sure if this is going to bolt onto here and bolts on the back of here. I got to get it positioned correctly, or on here. No holes are drilled, so once I get it all lined up perfectly, I'll get some bolts, bolt that down, and then drill the holes over here. Again, this is just an access cover. That is where that goes. So, seat goes on top of here, seat's over here. I showed you that in a previous video. Okay, that'll go on here. People sit here. There's some sheet metal pieces and an axle where the seat comes up over on top. Here is the exhaust. The exhaust for the vehicle will be here. This goes into my muffler. But there you go. That's the exhaust assembly, the radiator assembly. Any other questions, guys? Let me know. Very complicated machine. I'm inching away. I think the next thing is going to be to put on the steering brakes and then the stopping brakes. Let me show you something else I got. Where did that piece go? Okay, well, I'll tell you about it. I have a brake lever that I have been missing for a long time. I was able to figure out a trade, and here it is. Little ill prepared, but nonetheless, so I got one for each side. And they appear to be original. Okay, this might not be original, but this is one of the final pieces I needed to put the final brakes on, put it all together. Okay, again, guys, thanks for watching. Any other questions? You want to see something in specific? Let me know. Hit the button below. Give you some thumbs up. We got a storm coming, as you can tell, so I better batten down the hatches and call it a day. Thanks.